Hello everybody and welcome back to Vixen Purple's Crochet and More, and I am your host Cheryl. Hello from Colorado Springs, Colorado, where I reside. Today is the 27th of April. This month has flown by fast, by the way. Happy belated Easter to you folks. I'm sorry I was not available. I was having some issues with some families and something that came up that kind of basically threw me for a loop. And now I consider it a huge blessing. So, with that being said, things did work out, and I want to thank you guys for your prayers and everything else like that that you have been putting out there for me since I was not on last week. But anyhow, I have quite a bit of things here to show you. Not a whole lot. I'm still working on other stuff. I'm still working on my C2C shawl that I'm using the DK, the Soft and Sleek DK stuff out like this. But stay tuned. There's going to be a lot more going on. It's not going to be in this video. It's going to be another one. So you'll see me again in the same outfit. So, but anyhow, let's get started with what I have been up to. And darn it, I forgot the balls down there. But anyhow, all right, let's start with this guy. I was been working with the Let's Get Cozy Chenille Appeal. You guys know that I've been working on that. Right now I have some balls about like this big. I do apologize for the lighting. I'm trying to get everything. I got the curtains hooked, put up, and now it looks weird. So it's like, okay, now I got to figure this out. So anyhow, so I was using this, and this is that, they call this Rose Dawn. Well, you guys know that I've already made a bunny from that. But anyhow, I wanted to show you this guy. Now, I was watching Sarah Satch, and she was doing a little flat, like puffy pillow type thing. Not real big, but it was cute enough to do that. But so it kind of inspired me to do this one. So I want you to show you guys my egg bunny. So I had some yarn bee, leftover yarn bee, like lammy poo or lammy pie or something like that yarn. It's like this. Here, we get up close where you can see where it's like a little thread. So I just kind of did a pom-pom tail and did the pom-pom head and did the ears and stuff. And this is what it looks like. So I call this a completed project. I think it looks adorable. It is kind of stinking cute. So that is being said. Now I still have a little bit more of that, but I'm going to consider those done and over with, and I'm going to put these in my little pile here for my stuff. So put that over there. I have also been working on some other things, but I wanted to show you. Hello, I can't think today. Okay, so I worked out this this book. It's called the Amigurumi Plushies, and I just recently got this, like, about 3 months ago, I want to say. Well, anyhow, I decided to do a project out of it, and let me find the picture. There it is. So I decided I was going to go ahead and do this. Well, let me show you what I used. I did use the Just Chenille. I had two. This is the Flamingo. So this pretty much take up almost two balls, but I had one that was half used and everything. So this is why I have two of these. So I made the little whale. Now, I will be honest with you, she doesn't look exactly like the picture, but it's pretty darn close. I am not going to be upset about it. And it was very easy to follow. The only thing I did have a little trouble with is the fins, but that was because of how many stitches in the round she was working with, and then trying to get it all to match up and everything. But this is what she looks like. So I put her in pink and stuff like that. Now I plan on giving this away to my cousin's daughter. I still have to send that stuff to them, to my mom, so that she can give them. But I just had like this much left of a ball. So I went ahead and did a peep bunny with the rest of this yarn. Yeah, I know it kind of looks spooky, but it is what it is. But I got it and stuff like that. So now I should have put more of the stuffing up here, and I should have flared this bunny's head out a little bit more, but that's what I got to use up. So I got to use up 1.5 of my just chenille yards. Now this was like 65 yards per skein, so it's not bad for 2 projects out of that. So that's going to go into my little pile. And this was not in that little amigurumi book. This was like a peep pattern that I remembered off my head, but unfortunately I screwed it up. So that's what it is. So that's that. The other thing I have been working on, and I still have to, are you still attached? No, okay. So you guys know that I had created that Shells and Berries hat. So I made another one, and I'm thinking about doing a tutorial. I still have ends to weave, but this is what I have for that one. I think this turned out really, really nice. I used this, I pulled it out of the stash from down in the yarn room, and go from there. But so it is this, I love this yarn print, and this is called, what are you called? Winter Flowers, I think. I don't have my glasses on, so this is what the skein looks like. And this is what my project turned out to be. So I'm very, very happy with that. I do have more of this downstairs, so I may do a scarf or something with it. I haven't figured anything out. That's why I'm not considering this completed skein. So it's going to go back into my pile. The other thing I have worked on is this. Do I have a piece? No, I left it downstairs again. Darn it. Okay, so I had a 2-ounce ball of Red Heart yarn. It's a purple. I think they called it, what do they call that? I think it's either grape or something, but anyhow, this is what I got. So I have this, and then the 2 ounces only finished it up to here. So I added some more of that off-white that I've been working on from the blanket that my mom. So I made an offset shell beanie hat with that. So that is one project that I've been dealing with. I had a small ball of eyelash running around, so I made a scrunchie out of that. And the other thing I made, well, there's quite a few things here. I made 2 things out of this. This is this was a 5.7 ounce ball of, I believe it was Red Heart Super Saver in the light blue or the blue. So I have a little tag for the yarn thing. I can't think today. So let me show you. So this is what I have. And this is all that I have left of the projects. So let me show you. I was on Jill's live the other day that she was showing some stuff, and I didn't get a chance to finish everything out, but she said she'd mentioned she was making some hats in the half double crochet, and I had just put this on the hook and started it. So this is my half double crochet beanie. So, and it's where you cinched it up at the top. And if you want to, you can add a pom-pom to it or not. You can just leave it. So that's what she looks like. And then with the remaining, I had made another shells and berries in the blue. And I think I really like it how it looks in the solid color. So that turned out pretty good. Now I got to get myself busy and start making these tutorials. I know I keep on promising you guys tutorials and I just haven't had a chance to do it. Just life in general, life is going on with life. And then finally I had enough to do this, but I didn't have enough to complete a round, so I called it on that and just put that there. So that is a total of 5 ounces that was in my downstairs stuff, and now it's in the thing. And then this, oh, I did bring it up, darn it. Silly me. See, that's what happens when I stick stuff in there. So let's recap a little bit. No, it was not. Oh, yes, it was. Okay, so it was Red Heart, but it was Red Heart Soft. So this is the Red Heart Soft. And this is the color Grape Raisin. So, yeah. And I only had a 2-ounce ball, so there you go. I had this. This is what happens when I stick things in stuff. So I did have that. And then you guys remember the other hat that I did. This was the band. I forgot to bring it up. So this was that Sand Dunes band. But this band has a pattern on the back of it, which I thought was pretty cool. And it looks like it's for these granny squares that you can do with different colors. I don't know if you can see that really good. But it has the pattern on the back for this. For this picture. So I thought about keeping this as a possible reference. But then I'm sitting here going, I don't need this stuff hanging around my house. But that's okay. So, all right. The other day, I was watching Miss Laura from Mad Mimi's Crochet and Farming, and she pulled out another hat. She's doing a hat Bodapalooza, I think that's what she's calling it. Anyhow, she pulled that hat that did the 2 double crochets V-stitch. And I knew I wanted to do it again, but I didn't expect it to be this this pull. So I went ahead and participated. I still have to weave in my ends and send in my pictures, but I used and I didn't realize I had this in my stuff, and I might have picked this up at the thrift store and not realizing what it was, but I had this Perfections by Kramer Yarns, and it's 100%, sorry, scratch that, 10% domestic merino, 70% acrylic. Here is the ball band. So, and this was a, what did you say you were? It was like 200 yards on it. And I don't have my glasses, so I can't see very well because the print is little, but that's okay. Anyhow, it's called, the colorway is called Graphite. Oh, Granite. Sorry, Granite. See, this is Granite. Come on, focus a little bit better. Well, anyhow, this says Granite. Now, I may have picked this up at the thrift stores, but this was originally at somebody else's price for $6.50 at their shop. So, but I know I picked up the bags for like, I would get like 3 bags for like $2.50, $3, depending on what it is. This is all that I have left. So let me show you what I made with that I got to send to Laura. And yes, I have ends to weave in. So I made another 2 double crochet V-stitch hat by Bag O' Day. So now I need to take pictures of that and send it to Miss Laura so she can add it into her bod hat. It's a good thing I'm not editing, guys, because this is terrible. Bod Hatapalooza weekly thing that she does. So I need to get that taken care of as well today and stuff. It has been a very busy day. I've had a crap ton of running around to do this whole weekend, and there's been lots of stuff that I've been doing. But anyhow, I have some things I'm going to be showing you guys in this, but that is all my makes for right now. And I'm still working on a whole bunch of stuff. So in the process, I'm still doing things, trying to get things taken care of. And I just have to say that with the stuff that I was dealing with over the last weekend, like I said, everything was pretty much a blessing. And I got some things that were, well, basically I paid them off. That was heavy on my heart. And I want to thank God for this, because I think I'd be still stressing if he had not intervened, as far as I'm concerned, especially with my ex-husband. So that is, I'm going to count as a blessing. But anyhow, that is pretty much what I've got for you guys. I do have more things to show you. This week I did kind of went over to my Joann's, because, you know, they're closing. And I did get, did get some stuff. They had their yarn on for 40% off, I believe. I have the tag down here. I need to show you guys. But that's going to be a separate video. And then, like I said, this weekend's been pretty busy. I did get to go over to the thrift store for a little bit. And I was able to pick up a few things that I'm going to show you guys in another video. And today we went to the flea market, and I got some goodies too. And I will show that in a separate video. All right, guys, I'm going to let you guys go. I have lots more filming to do. I will talk to you guys later. Big hugs from me to you guys. By the way, I hope you guys have had a wonderful weekend in summer. Well, not summer. It's not summer yet, Cheryl. It's a good weekend, and I hope you guys had a really blessed Easter Sunday. And those of you guys that are still in the bad weather zones, I do hope things will work better out for you. I hope everything is okay and you guys are okay, and just stay safe out there. All right, guys, I gotta go. I'll see you guys later. Bye for now.